Hello everyone, this is Red with RedDragonLeo.com. It is Monday, February the 4th. This particular video is going to be about the law of equilibrium, and this is basically what my friend Ali from Iran has wrote. I'm going to kind of go over it and try to understand it the best that I can and re-explain it to you guys, but he's way smarter than I am at this, and that's why I have asked him to continue to give me updates on it about this law, about cycle work, octave work, sacred geometry, things that you will not hear from most websites out there. So, motorcycle going by in the background, sorry about that. No biggie, you guys are used to me just kind of just winging it. That's all I ever do. So let's kind of go over this and try to understand what he's saying here. And this is my understanding of it, is that there are these cycles that go through, and it is the do, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti, da. You know, you've heard that as a kid probably and had no idea what it meant. But it actually means something. It actually has a mathematical meaning to it. A time-based value is what he's talking about. So when you have any particular time period, you can multiply it by one of these cycles, the do, re, mi, and he knows which ones are which, because I don't obviously have time to follow those. And to figure out what one we're in. But there are larger cycles and smaller cycles and medium cycles and all kinds of cycles intertwining. And when you go through and put all these cycles together as he has basically stated that if you look at these lines right here, there's a blue line. Let me blow this up a little bit here if I can, and go from there. Okay, obviously it's not blown up too much here, but I don't know if I might be able to do this with my computer. I might be able to do, what is it, Control plus to blow up the screen. Yes, that's what it is. Control plus on your, if you hold down the Control key and hit plus, it will, multiply the screen for you. Just a little tip for you guys. So, in any case, you'll see that he's got these red lines, these blue lines, and they are different cycles.
Hi, this is Mike G, and I want to say a special thanks for ordering from us, and to let you know that our phone number...
Okay, as I was saying, these lines, the blue line, the red line, these are different cycles from what I can understand. So they're different multiples of the octaves. The do, re, mi, they're different ones. I can't explain it any better than that to tell you exactly what octave what they are. I can only tell you what Ali has shown me in trying to teach people. This is obviously a very deep subject and would take years to probably learn and to follow. So we'll just take it with a grain of salt and just look at it and try to learn as we go along. But he is clearly pointing this yellow line right here. This is obviously the monthly chart. So this, not yellow, why did I say yellow? This blue line. And this blue line, or turquoise, or whatever color you want to call it, this is one in May that he is pointing to on the monthly chart. And this is when he thinks that a lot of these cycles will coincide. And wow, that is big. Let's scroll on down here and get to the next one. This is very, very big. And we'll go to the weekly chart, as he has shown here in the weekly chart. And you can see he is pointing to past ones that were key turning points. He's showing you what happened in the past, how accurate they are. And this one here was a weekly chart that he had forecasted well in advance just based upon these cycle works, and it was exactly the week that it topped and went down. Same thing here. So these are larger cycles. And then here's a red one that was a larger. I don't know if that was a larger cycle or smaller cycle. I don't know which ones are which, the red and the blue. But they are cycle works time periods. So there was one there that produced a bottom. There was one here that was off a little bit. I would venture to say probably the red ones are the smaller cycles, because they can be manipulated more, and the blue ones probably the larger cycles, which, because he showed a lot of blue ones on the monthly chart. I'm just guessing at that, the color coding of it. But if that's the case, the larger cycles are going to be ones that's going to be much, much tougher for these powers that were to manipulate the market. They're not going to be able to easily stop when you've got these huge cycles of large monthly ones, weekly ones, but you don't really call them that. That's not what they're really called. So again, they're a factor of these numbers. These do, re, mi, fa, la, ti, da. Okay. I'm going to sing a song, you know. Anyway, so if we go on and move on to the next one here that he is showing, which is the major decline that he sees happening based upon his cycle work, which I believe I got these charts right. I apologize if I've got them in the wrong order. I'm exhausted. I've been doing a lot of computer work here lately. You know, have neglected a lot of stuff. So, but these are the larger cycles. Seems like I've just seen that chart. So that's the weekly one on the Dow Jones. Okay, the other one I just showed was the S&P. So let's go back to the normal size right here, because this is a little big on me. And there we go. So we're back to the normal size, and that was just control negative, by the way, just for you guys. So the bottom line is what he is seeing right now is that we should have a low come in the market approximately the end of February. The last post he said around February the 25th, but it could be out to the first week of March. So it's obviously just a give or two a week or so, I guess, or a few days for the exact date. So you got to look at it with the charts as well. But this low that's going to come in should be a actual buying point where they're going to turn it and go back up into May for the final high. I still am looking for a all-time high. Now I know today we sold off. We dropped 129 points on the Dow, and the SPX also dropped nicely, dropped 17 points. So I don't know if this is this the start of it, and the Legatus meeting means nothing. We'll get more into that in the next video. So what he is clearly pointing out, and I agree with this, I really do, and because I think we're going to end up having some coinciding events take place all in May. I think that debt ceiling issue, raising the debt ceiling, and I think we'll have a Legatus meeting pop up in that time period, and then I think on a technical basis we'll also be massively overbought and ready to crash. And then on top of that, I think it'll be just as he said with the cycle work. It's going to have a major panic decline, and he sees that if I go on here in May, he says, it actually means we're going to crash, then collapse big time late May or June. So we're going to first have a really nasty wave down. I'll call that in Elliott wave terms. What I think he's trying to say is in Elliott wave terms, we'll probably see our wave one down, a massive wave one after May. Then we'll chop around some for the wave two, and then we'll fall off the cliff and crash in the late August, early September time period. They'll just fall off a cliff and just crash. And that will be your wave three of wave three of wave three of whatever you want to call it. So I think that's what he is seeing here in these cycle works that he is doing. I wish I could fully understand it. I had to go through here and format this a little bit and rewrite and correct spelling and things like that. Sometimes spell checkers don't always get them, and because he sends this to me, emails this to me, and I just raw text format with attached images. So I have to go through it and proofread it, make sure it looks and reads correctly. He does a good job on it and just misses a few things. For that matter, I miss a lot too. Sometimes after I write a post, I'll actually end up realizing I misspelled some words or said some silly things. But anyway, as far as this February, he sees another turning point in late February or possibly early March. Now, this would kind of coincide with what we're getting ready to have here with Legatus, that we believe we're going to have a turn down. I'm still debating on this. I'm a little iffy on it because they moved back the event that I thought that they would use. And that event was this, originally it was February 30th, then they moved it to February 15th, which was wonderful because Legatus was February the 7th through the 9th, and Monday would have been an 11-day, and then you had the debt ceiling issue on the 15th of February, and then all of a sudden, a couple of weeks ago, they went and pushed that out till May the 19th, I believe. It's what I'd found online. Of course, that could change as well. Well, May the 19th, that's when he sees the big one coming down. So it's very possible it's going to be tied in with that event with the debt ceiling. And so it might not happen this Legatus. Do I think we're still going to have a turn down? Yes, I do. And I think it's going to be exactly what he says here. It's going to bottom somewhere in late February, probably about a 3-week move down if it follows anything in the past. So that would put it, if we started, we might be starting now from the move down today, but then again, it doesn't quite look like it. I'm thinking one more move up after this little selling ends, and I don't know where this is going to end at. It might run down another day or 2 days and then turn and go back up for some type of final fifth wave, or it may just end tomorrow. I don't know. This is a tough call right now. We didn't go down with very much volume at all, so it's not looking encouraging really for the bears when you think of it like that. I looked at the volume and all I seen was, I don't know, how much was it on the SPY? Let's see. Let's see. Usually when you get over 200 million, you get some pretty good volume. Yeah, 153 million on the SPY, so that's not really outstanding. So there was some selling there, but I'm not comfortable with taking a short like this. It just doesn't look complete. I think this was just early bears jumping on board, and I think it will turn around and probably go back up into next week, into maybe the 11th or 12th, and hit a double top. So I'm really thinking that if we tie this in with Legatus, I'm thinking that we're going to hit a double top, and then we're going to roll over from both the double top, which is technically should give you 90% chance of hitting it and reversing from the first hit. That's rare do you ever go through a double top that's that significant and that old. You should hit it, sell off for a week or two, whatever. On the lowest side, drop 1 to 2%. On the more realistic side, we should drop 5%. And if we're lucky as bears, we'll get 10%. But I'm going to go over that here when I get to the next part, when I'm going to go into the past history with Legatus and the different turns that we've had from them. Not all of them were turns. So let's end this video here, and let's do another video, and we're going to go over Legatus and the possibility of what we're getting ready to have this coming week, the end of this week and first of next week. So that's it for part 1, guys. Thanks a lot.